Evan at Sign Pro has quite a bit of faith in us because that's close. But this is even closer. Woo! Got that one in. Now we gotta get that one out. Evan at Sign Pro, he's an awesome guy. And let's be honest, he does fantastic work too. I think we need to have him do something like that to the truck next. So we have got to get going on the Redneck Sleigh this year. And if you don't know anything about the Redneck Sleigh, it's our annual toy drive for the dumpster business, but we have a problem. Currently, our lead guy for the Redneck Sleigh, Rudolph, is going through some major knee surgery. And because time is of the essence, I think we're gonna have to call in his replacement this year. This year's Redneck helper is going to be Blitzen. And, well, we borrowed Rudolph's nose.
How about a nifty game of Got Your Nose?
But you get the picture. Blitzen is stepping in this year, and he is going to step up and take care of those kids at Chaddock. We have a brand new can. It's never been used, and the deal is the same as it was last year. We need to fill this thing up to the top. That's all I want to do is we're going to fill up as much of this as we can. Then we're going to donate all the toys, all of the essentials to the local kids at Chaddock. So if this is the first time you've heard me talk about this, Chaddock is basically our local foster home, and they also have a school. So it's a pretty big organization in our community, but with that, they have a lot of kids to take care of. So basically the only thing we're trying to do is fill the back of that dumpster with toys and essentials just to make their job a little bit easier. And, you know, and a good Christmas for these kids. But I've probably picked the worst day to start. It's got like 25-mile-an-hour winds right now. It's a little bit under 30 degrees. It's gonna be brutal. And I'm gonna probably start about 10 a.m. and I'll sit out there until dark. One thing I love about Black Friday is it has kind of moved away from the idea of doing it Thursday night, at least locally for us. So I kind of figured this was going to be the case. I woke up early and I'm making my way over to what's new in town, which is actually this Ollie's. I have a feeling it's going to be packed, but it's also a great place to get a jump start on the Redneck Sleigh. It literally says good stuff cheap. So if we can get some essentials and maybe some toys, I think this would be a good start. See? Ollie's. Good stuff cheap. Gotta shop like you're 5 years old again. My wife would be happy that I was thinking about these. She loves socks. I think we're gonna have to come back for a second load later. Maybe I'll send my wife, she'd love that. The poor girl at the register just took a deep breath as I walked up. Cart number 1. And then we have cart 2 and 3. Get her loaded up. I saw this in there though and I had to have it. Let's get this thing into place. Look how perfect this sign storage was. It's like the perfect size. All right, It blows me away every year. I won't say I spent a fortune, but that was quite a bit, and it barely fills a corner of this dumpster. And every year we tend to get it pretty full. It's snowing.
Just stop this thing! I order you! Stop!
Dude, I think that just worked.
Yeah, I know.
But we need to get to where people can see us. XD thought ahead. They basically put in a ladder for me. It's gonna be a cold day, no doubt about that. At the end of the day, it takes absolute villages to pull off stuff like this. So it's not just us. We're just the transportation, the facilitators. It's so cold. So we have a decent start. We've had some friends and family stop by and a couple strangers. It is only day one, so, you know, I didn't expect us to fill it all today, but it has been really incredible just to have guys stop by that I see every year. So a lot of you guys that follow me on YouTube may also follow me on Facebook, and some of you have been incredibly generous and actually found my Venmo, donated to my Venmo, and told me to go get some gifts, and I really, really appreciate that. You have no idea how much that means to me, and all I can say is thank you. There's too many to list, so thank you guys. I'll be going out here once I have, you know, a good sum, and we'll just go get even more. I've seen more strangers today.
Who the heck are you?
Well, at least strangers to me. I've even had several people who said they're subscribed to my YouTube channel stop by, which is an incredibly amazing thing to hear. But also an eye-opener that I really need to be careful about what I say, because I never know who's watching.
I'm watching you, Wazowski. Always watching.
One thing I will say, though, is it's incredible how people conduct themselves. So I've been out here for hours, keep in mind. I have people wave, I have people honk, especially the truckers. I love what the truck drivers honk for some reason. You know, maybe I'm 5 years old. I have people, you know, smiling, giggling, pointing as I go by, which is great because I know people are, you know, seeing the sleigh here. They might tell somebody. But then I have people yelling out the window and, you know, throwing me the middle finger that I have no idea who they are. So it's like, I don't think I've wronged those people. I just think they live a miserable existence. It's just kind of sad. So don't be one of those people. Just be happy. Be happy, people. Coming up on day 2 of the redneck sleigh, but I gotta do some work too. We gotta go drop a dumpster first. Dropped off one, picked up another. Gotta love it. Pick up those phone guys, you just never know. This one was out of my service area, needed one, and immediately needed another, so they were happy to pay for it because they were happy to get their project done. Sometimes that's all it takes. Picking up your phone and then hearing the customer out on, you know, what they need and what they're willing to do. A lot of guys in this business are just super concerned about, oh, I want to be like one of the best price, the cheapest. You never want to be the cheapest. You want to be the best value. That's all there is to it. That's all you can possibly do to stand out, is be the best value. And sometimes that's just being the most available. Time to load back up. I just stopped by Dollar General and got myself a different looking hat. It's gotta stand out. Sparkly. Brock, you made it again this year.
Got Santa's Dodge Durango sleigh.
Oh, dude, whoa, overkill.
Gotta get it off for the
Man,
kids.
this is telling me that the lawn business did well this year.
We're doing all right, so we're giving back a little bit.
There you go. This is why the community is so cool, and just having good friends is awesome. Somebody who watches my channel a lot, he knows my poison. He actually went out. Not only did he bring a few gifts, he grabbed me a Celsius. Mooshel, you're the man, man. I am freezing. Today is a pretty cold day. I've had people bring me scarves. Oh, look at that. That was awesome. Somebody actually stopped me and asked if we needed coats and gloves, which is a big one on the list, because a lot of people love to bring the toys, but they forget that some kids just need the essentials too. So yeah, I mean, people are even looking out for me. I've had people bring me a scarf. I mean, I got myself a $3 hat today that stands out I mean, I can actually see this thing reflecting on people's cars, so it's actually kind of funny. But this isn't about us. This is about the community here, and they're the ones stepping up. Like I said, we're just facilitating this. This is the community and what they're willing to do, and that's what's awesome about where I live. I want to show you what we got so far. So keep in mind, we're only 2 cold days into this, and here's where we're at. We're about even on the dumpster all the way front to back. I mean, we're basically starting to stack up what I would call level 2. I said I would do, 2 to 3 weekends, so we'll see where this goes from here. I still want to find another creative way to maybe get a couple companies together and just go on one big shopping spree. While I was standing out here, I did take a quick bathroom break. Thank you to my sister-in-law who ran over here because I didn't know if I was going to be able to hold it. She manned the sleigh for a little bit. But while I was in the bathroom, I went ahead and I ordered some things on, Black Friday deals. There's crazy Black Friday deals, things that I feel like I'm shopping for myself, 15 years back as a kid. So that is actually the most fun part about all this. But again, none of this is possible without everybody else in the community. Like I said, we're just the sleigh. This is a village event. That's all there is to it. They say if you can't donate money, donate your time. That's kind of what I'm trying to do. We reinvested a lot into our businesses here. I really wish I could just write one big check or go shop and fill this thing all myself, every inch of it. But that's just not the case for us. Maybe one day. But even if I was to get to that point, I think I would miss the aspect of getting to meet with the community and having them be involved in it as well. And honestly, this is probably good for me. This has let me be alone with my thoughts. Periodically I get to catch up with a lot of people as I stop by, but this gets me to think about my business, goals in my life. Like, I'm sitting here waving at people as they go by, but my mind is in 10 places. So this really gives me a good time to kind of debrief and focus on things in my own life that I want to improve. So as much of a time suck as this might be, it's probably the best thing I needed for myself in a while, was to just kind of slow down and try to think clearly. Of course, I'm thinking about other things I could be doing or need to get done, but this gives me a time to almost like game plan in my head. Every business owner needs that every once in a while. I wonder if you would agree. All right, so I think we're gonna call it for now, but now I gotta actually try to find a way to tuck this dumpster away somewhere safe, somewhere dry. That way, we can just keep filling it with toys for the rest of the week or two without it getting messy. Woo! That is going to be a very tight fit. Oh. Woo-wee. That is ridiculous. This is crazy because I would never allow this at a customer's house, but I've got myself in a pickle. The shop's a little bit too far away. I can't monitor it as well. It gets a little bit colder out here. This is more climate controlled. My wife, she primarily uses this center one because it goes right into the house, and I don't want her to have to use one of the manual garage doors. And while somebody's renting this space to put their boat this year, this is not my boat. I wish it was my boat. Actually, no, I don't want a boat. But that's actually a bigger door. Believe it or not, that door is bigger and that door is bigger. So if I can't make this work, I'm gonna have to ask my wife to use the manual door, and I don't want to do that. So we're pushing our luck. It's gonna be a lot harder to get out than it probably is to drop it. Silly, silly, silly. Just cutting it close everywhere. So dumb. Okay, so well, that's not good. I can't go any farther there. But we're not quite in. Not cool. Ooh, I know what we can do. But we're practically gonna have to drag it out later. It is what it is, we'll figure it out. Let's go ahead and lower that hoist and I'll just push it in. There we go. That's all we needed. Shoot! Long way to go to hit our goal. But I'd say a pretty good start for one weekend. And I've got a lot of people who have reached out saying they are going to donate, so that's awesome. I hope this encourages some of you guys to go out, maybe use your resources. Like I said, if you don't have the check to write for this kind of thing, maybe you have the time, maybe you have the resources. Anything. It can be small, it could be huge, but you don't realize how big of an impact this means for some of the people in your community that, you know, just need that, well, not to sound corny, but that holiday cheer. So, and the nice thing is, we get to be out in the community, we get to be a part of it. Heck, the whole time we got our logos covered up, so it's not really about advertising or anything. It's actually about truly giving back to your community. We got our logos covered up with the redneck sleigh signs. We don't have any logos on the truck. It's really about being a part of your community. People recognize it. They'll recognize you in the future, but it doesn't matter. Even if you never get a thank you, anything. You need to just be a part of your community if you want to do well in business. That's all there is to it.